Greetings and salutations. In this episode, we're going to check out the Dyson Reputation Rewards. I haven't done this yet, so I thought it was a good opportunity to do so. So you know how with the reputation system, when you finally get to tier 5, you get rewards, like special rewards. You usually get a whole bunch of dilithium and credits and all that kind of stuff. However, with most of them, you automatically get hailed and given those things, but a few of them, you have to go acquire those rewards. You have to go somewhere and do something special. Dyson's one of them. The other one's New Romulus. Don't believe I've done a video on either yet, and I think that that's something that trips a lot of newbies up to the game. Certainly, I didn't realise it first myself. You might get hailed by it, but you might not notice or read it or whatever, or know where to go or what to do. Certainly with the New Romulus one, that's even more confusing, but that'll be a different video. I've already done that with this guy, so I'll have to do it with a different a different tune in the future, maybe part of the tutorial series when I get to it. Anyhow, I'm currently in my main character Tim O, or Timmy of Borg, just renamed him, sort of. Anyway, so Dyson Joint Command Reputation Tier 5 has just been achieved today or yesterday, and I need to go to Dyson's Joint Command. This is the mission, so if you double click over there, you see a mission that I received. Unsaid thanks. There'll be a whole bunch of recordings. This is going to be very epic with a whole bunch of cutscene tutorial cutscene videos that we will be watching, and at the end of it I'll get these rewards, which include 32,000 dilithium and 750 Dyson sphere marks, which I can use to convert into more dilithium or buy dilithium, or buy Dyson gear from that reputation store, for example, and the Voth implants and heaps of energy credits. So I need those, obviously. Oh look, and a Voth bridge officer candidate. So that would be really cool. I might might use him. All right, so I've set it as my primary. It's there. It says go to Dyson Joint Command. So to do that, we need to click on Transwarp. Scroll down. It's in here somewhere. Sphere space Solanase Dyson sphere. I believe that's the one. Well, it's not the Fleet Solanase Dyson sphere. There are 2 Dyson spheres in the game though, so I hope this is the right one. Yeah, I think it is. So I wanted to show for the tutorial part of this how to get there, so that's why I'm not already there. Okay, so we'll transwarp to Solanase. If I might make a mistake on trying to get there, but let's see if I can get there properly, because it is a bit confusing on how to find the right place to go to. There's a bit of flying around and a bit of running around to get to the right place. And then I believe if I've already watched some of the cutscenes, it should allow me to replay them. So I'll replay all the cutscenes in order for you first, and then we'll gloat in the rewards. So okay, yes, here I am in the Dyson sphere. You may remember the Dyson sphere from, this is like the inside of it, but we never saw the inside in Star Trek: The Next Generation, the episode with a very epic episode, the one that had Scotty in it, the original Scotty who had been stuck in a transporter loop to keep himself alive for 70 years in stasis inside the transporter buffer. Remember that? And that episode was awesome. He goes to the holodeck and he wants to see the original Enterprise. No bloody A, B, C or D. Remember that? Sorry, I should have done that in a Scottish accent. Anyhow, so there's buttons here. It's not the ground battle zone shuttle. It's not that. It's not that. Is it hailed this? No. See, so we actually have to fly somewhere to find it. So let's look on the map, shall we? There you go. So it says go to Joint Command. It says Alloyed Joint Command here on the map. So I need to point my ship. As you can see, the arrow changes when you point your ship into different directions. So the opposite direction to where it's pointed me default. As you can see, the arrow of my ship on the map moves as I'm holding 2 mouse buttons down at the same time to make the ship move. Okay, so now my ship is facing the correct direction. This is by the way, for newbies who might not know, this is a great place to do these duty officer things. If you go to current map, you'll see a whole bunch of really groovy ones here that you don't normally get, which give extra rewards. Although apparently they did nerf it. It was better at first, and it's not as great as it used to be, but it's still good. Oh, that's all I can do anyway. So that's cool. So let's full impulse, engaging full impulse. We have some ways to travel. We can see on the map there how close I'm getting. I think I need to redirect the ship a little bit. Where is it? Pressing M on the keyboard. Nope, I've gone in the wrong direction. So there you go. Now I'm pointing in the right direction. Although I'm going to fly into that pile. Okay, right there. See the button here? It says beam to joint command. So we'll click on that. Okay, now we're beaming to joint command. Hopefully this video doesn't go for too long. Might be about half an hour or so. I'm not quite sure how long all those cutscenes together will last for. So here we are. You can see there's other players here as well. So bring up the map again. Press M on your keyboard. Zoom into that. And we can see, there you go. Meet with Sub-Commander Cole. So we'll double click there to bring up the thing to help me navigate. I believe so. We can see on the map there. Zoom in a little bit. Shows the arrow as well when you've zoomed in too much. It's there. Okay. I'll run there. So we're going to go through this tunnel. If you haven't done the Dyson stuff, it's really great. So we've got really good ground battle zone, and there's some really good rewards associated with it. Alright, so let's go talk to him. G'day. He's a Romulan.
Ah, come in. I have a special assignment that requires a delicate touch. A science ship on patrol in grid Beta 53-30 received an encrypted message from the Voth.
Oh no, the Voth. Aren't we fighting them?
This wasn't a message from a military ship or the Voth leadership. This was an encoded short-ranged burst from a Voth science outpost. I think we may have a friend in the enemy's ranks. It'd be best if any communication from our side didn't come from our leadership, for reasons you'll soon see. I want you to pursue a dialogue with this individual. See if we can turn them into an ally. That is all.
Aye, sir. Computer, load file, Cole 1, authorization.
I'm trying to contact any member of the mammalian occupying force who is willing to open negotiations. I am Nellen Exel of the Voth Circle of Archaeology, and I believe that we have common scientific goals that can only be achieved without the interference of our respective militaries. Working alongside the best minds of the Voth Circles of Science, I have been studying this celestial structure, its function and its original inhabitants. Our work has yielded some troubling information for those seeking to uphold the doctrine that we are the original intelligent species in the Delta Quadrant. The Voth Ministry of Elders maintains that science is only valid if it supports their own fictions of history. I've lost too many colleagues to this terrible government censorship. What I've been able to discover on my own and away from government interruptions is that this sphere was created by a race under direct control of a species called the Iconians.
Ooh, the Iconians.
Even ignoring the huge cache of records we found here, the mere existence of this sphere proves that there are powerful entities my government refuses to acknowledge, perhaps to our ultimate doom. I will not be so naive. Left high and dry by my own people, I am left with few options. There must be a sympathetic ear out there that realizes we have entered the nest of an enemy that neither of us are prepared to face alone.
Computer, record a new message to Nolan Excel something. There you go. Resolve mission, unexpected friend complete. That was first. I got some skill points there. I don't think this is the right thing to do, no, but you could. Then go do a whole bunch of missions and start earning more Dyson marks, and there's a space battle zone as well, as a ground battle zone I should mention. Tuvok is does voice acting for some of the Dyson missions. I have, I believe, done some of them on this channel, including the really epic one. There's also Worf from Deep Space Nine and The Next Generation, the actor who is in one of the or two of those missions as well. Anyway, so this is where you go, walk over here, and you access Digital Media Library, and this is where we're going to see the rest of those cutscenes. Is this the one we just had, or is this the next one? I'm not sure. If it's the one we've just had, I'll skip it.
Ah, come in. I have a special assignment that requires a delicate touch.
I think this is...
A science ship on patrol in grid Beta 53-30 received an encrypted message from the Voth.
Okay. Oh, go to science lab, it says. Right. So we've got here current map. There's several. I've done the wrong thing. Excuse me. Is this the... Yes, enter science lab. That's what happened at the end there. Right. So that's what we do. Okay. And this should be the next cutscene. Here we go. I'm contacting...
I was pleased to receive your message, even if I have to keep this conversation a secret from everyone I know. There are many topics that have been deemed controversial and off-limits. Inquisitors examine our work on a regular basis, but questions need to be asked if we are to maintain any sort of scientific credibility. Have you ever wondered at the fact that both our people were able to enter this sphere from opposite ends? That we could move through halls, through rooms, through entire buildings without finding another living thing? Until we encountered one another. The Ministry of Elders would have me publish papers claiming that this sphere was created by our ancestors. But why would they abandon this place? Why would anyone abandon this place? As far as I can tell, this place was commissioned but not built by a race called the Iconians. A war forced them to abandon their home in favor of this more strategic location. Imagine how many fleets of warships could fit inside here, fed by food grown on thousands of hectares of carefully constructed surfaces, powered by the entire energy of a star, and all waiting to ambush from the dark space of the night sky.
Indeed.
The Voth are not warmongers. We have taught doctrine to weaker species, but weapons are usually not required. When the Voth have encountered opposition, we have resisted attempts by others to add us to their own ranks. Fights between evenly matched adversaries tend to be futile. A sphere might convince some that the odds have shifted in our favor. Which brings us back to my first question. Why did the original inhabitants of the sphere leave? Did they feel safe and pick a fight against a superior enemy and lose? Or were they forced to leave by some internal flaw in their fortress? We may all be doomed to the fate of those who lived here before if we aren't careful.
End of file.
Computer, record a new message. Now, Voth, Circle of Ecology. Okay, now you may remember the Voth from Star Trek Voyager episode. They are the race that evolved from dinosaurs on Earth and somehow ended up in the Delta Quadrants. Maybe some other alien species transported dinosaurs into the Delta Quadrant and genetically engineered them into humanoids, or they evolved into humanoids somehow. Or maybe it happened the other way around. Maybe the dinosaurs were moved to Earth. We're not sure. Anyway, I remember Captain Janeway telling them that they had discovered, through that they were basically genetically related to dinosaurs on Earth. So there you go. It's pretty interesting. There's some references to other Star Trek episodes here. Now let's do the next recording. Or is this going to be the same one? Let's see.
Hello. Thank you for continuing to remind me that there are other sane minds out there. concerns about the dangers of the sphere's technology have fallen on deaf ears. In rebuttal, I'm fed propaganda about the sphere's Voth origins and how easy my job should be. But how easy can a job be if I'm constantly being interrupted by alarms and avoiding catastrophes? In my lab, the Ministry of Elders and their Inquisitor lackeys have installed accomplices who are willing to answer yes when I say no. Advancement is their only goal, not reason, not discovery, and certainly not safety. Unfortunately, they are rarely up to the tasks for which they volunteer. But the problems may be bigger than incompetent lab techs. No one here wants to hear that we may not be capable of using this technology, or that the cost of trying could be the destruction of this entire sector of space. The builders of this sphere aren't here to tell us the results of their experiments, but I'm convinced that something did go terribly wrong. There is evidence of a celestial trauma that has significantly reduced the energy output from this installation's central star. Add to that the fact that the spires have been optimized for a different spectral band than the one that this star produces, and we're left with strong evidence of a large-scale industrial accident. Such an accident would explain why this place was abandoned. I've conducted a detailed scan of one of the spires and found trace amounts of tetryon particles. Any industrial accident large enough to leave these trace tetryon particles thousands of years afterwards would have permeated all organic life caught in the blast, with enough tetrayonic energy to force any survivors to retreat to subspace. So, if the creators of this technology weren't savvy enough to prevent such a huge disaster, what chance do my people or yours have to do any better? I fear this technology. I fear it in not just the wrong hands, but in any hands. We need to work together to make sure no one tries to activate the sphere. Our lives may depend on it.
End of file.
Computer, record a new message. Hello, Nealon. I got your latest message and agree. Correction on what I said before. In the Next Generation episode with Scotty, we do see the inside of the Dyson sphere, but mainly just, you don't get to see like the inside of the buildings like you are right now. You see the door. Remember, the Enterprise had to get through that doorway to get back out of the Dyson sphere, and they used Scotty's little ship to hold the door open and its shields and all that. Remember that? That was awesome. So in these Dyson missions, when you're inside the sphere, the doorway is exactly the same as you see in that Next Generation episode. Yeah. Okay, so there's another one, unsavory actions. Here we go with the next cutscene, and look, there happens to be another dude standing next to me who is doing the same stuff that we're doing. So, this is an important place to go in the game to get these rewards and complete your game. Alright, on we go with the next one, Enter Science Lab.
I'm sorry for the delay in my response, but I needed to take extra precautions with my communications. After another round of disastrous tests in combining Voth and Sphere technologies, I was offered up as a scapegoat. I am no longer a member of the Voth Circle of Archaeology.
Oh, no.
But I've been doing this for so long, it's hard to stop keeping an eye on my former colleagues' experiments. Now my curiosity is tinged with a hint of fear. Their findings may be corrupted. When it was discovered that the Omega particles generated by this structure were sent to collection sites in the outer shell, the first thought was to blindly jumpstart this process, rather than to methodically determine its purpose. I'm afraid our leaders are so entranced by the perceived benefits of this advanced technology, they are willing to forego common-sense safety measures. Luckily, there are a few of us left who make safe and sane actions our primary objective. And luckier still, there are enough of your ships and soldiers causing problems inside our defensive lines that my actions are blamed on you. I'm not alone in this opinion. Our superiors are pushing hard to unlock this technology. There's a perceived lack of progress, and they are trying to make up for lost time. I'm sure you understand gravity as it applies to physics. But it also has a social component. When our leadership feels pressure, it is quickly felt by those below them. First by the military, then by the citizenry. The Voth have never taken kindly to dissenters. But there is no comparison between those who speak out against doctrine back home and those who fight for basic scientific inquiry here and now. I fear I'll be discovered at any moment, but I fear even more that the work I'm doing won't continue on. Please stay safe.
End of file. Computer, record a new message. Hello, Nealon. Okay. So, now I think we're up to the last one, where I'll get the rewards, I believe, maybe? I'm not sure, let's see. Sub-Commander, can I help you?
We've intercepted new Voth military communications. I think they've outed your contact.
Oh no. Computer, have any files received from Nealon?
One file received at 0530 hours today.
Computer, play file.
I'm sad at the thought that this may be my final transmission. I've enjoyed our talks together, but I came across something tonight that is too important to leave to chance. I was recently assigned to the Circle of Material Sciences. Apparently, my expertise in using isotopes to date archaeological finds means I'm an expert in chemistry, at least to a military personnel officer. One disadvantage of keeping disciplines separate based on expertise is a lack of shared knowledge. Where my new colleagues added footnotes about inverted tetryon particles, I saw a connection to omega molecules, a connection of which they were unaware. On a small scale, my hypothesis yielded a small rift. Applied to the scale of this entire facility, this sphere was built to travel through subspace, across the galaxy. The Voth leadership was excited to learn of this discovery as well.
Oh no.
Imagine an entire solar system full of ships hiding inside this sphere. Imagine teleporting them anywhere in the galaxy in an instant. I assure you there are Voth battle plans in the works right now using this strategy. My species is under attack near our home sector. The fighting has reached a stalemate. But there are still lives being lost on both sides. Every option is being examined to bring an end to the fighting, even the most extreme. I've seen reports on weaponizing omega molecules to destroy large swaths of subspace and lock our enemies into their own parts of space.
Oh my god.
I must put an end to my people's pursuit of such disastrous weaponry. I will not have a part in isolating the Voth race by making space unnavigable, even at the price of a continuing war. My work with the Voth is finished. Hopefully I will not follow suit.
End of file.
Go get him. Maybe you can find him before his people do.
Aye, sir. There you go. Go to... So now it says we have to locate him. Locate him. You will receive the following reward. So there's actually a bit of a mission here that I have to play, it looks like. I forgot, because it's been a while since I've done it. Go to Allied Zone. Return to ship. 1 to beam up. Energize. Okay, so there you go. He's 214 kilometers away. You can see it's showing that on our map. Our sensors have located him, and we are now traveling at full impulse. Yeah, so let's have a look around. This is the inside of this Dyson sphere. There's the sun that's on the inside. That's some other mission. Don't worry about that. We're almost there. Let's do a rock and roll maneuver on the way. Rock and roll. I have forgotten exactly what I need to do to complete this mission, so this will be interesting. I haven't done it with some other tunes though. Am I able to fly through that part, or was I supposed to go through it? Yeah, it's just a shield or something. Okay, we're in the zone. Contact Neil and Excel. Thank you for finding me. I've been hiding out in this debris, hoping that the Voth beneath wouldn't discover me first. After everything that's happened, I feel tremendous guilt for furthering any Voth plans that could result in the destruction on such a massive scale. If they succeed, we could lose the galaxy. It's too terrible to even contemplate. Perhaps I could join your crew and aid in efforts to keep such destructive technologies out of hands of those who would abuse them. Yeah, no worries. If you'll have me, that is. Of course I will. Okay, so there we go. We're going to get all these super cool rewards. I may equip him to my crew, but I won't be doing that in this because I'll obviously have to figure out which crew I can dispense of, and that'll take me some figuring out. Okay, so continue. Bridge officer assistance. Here he is. We've now got him, and he is now in my inventory. So I've got to remember not to accidentally sell this or throw it away. Cadet. It says, well, go back to that. Cadet Nail and Excel. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me move things around. Anyway, so now as I've acquired more dilithium and stuff. Yay! And I've got heaps of Dyson sphere marks. So when I said you could convert that into more dilithium, you just do more dailies, hourlies I mean, and you get 340 dilithium per 15 Dyson marks. So it takes 1 hour, so that's probably many thousands of dilithium that it can be converted to. Also, there are missions here where you can slot in order to convert more into dilithium. There's this one where you can instantly get, if you give 50 Dyson marks, you can instantly get 500 dilithium ores, but I don't recommend that one. You can do it by 10 as well, or 5. It detects if you can do that. Remember those cybernetic implants? If you give 3 of those, you can get 1,000. So I recommend using all your Dyson points with the hourlies, because that you'll get more dilithium that way than doing this other thing. But if you don't want to buy the Dyson equipment, then go here and trade in the implants. I'm not sure how many I've got. When I click this, it'll tell me I've got 9, so I can get quite a few dilithiums, a few thousand. Let's see. So that's probably 3,000. So that's 1,000 dilithium I just acquired. Easily. Here's another one, and we'll slot 2 in a row. Okay. Wait, is that the right one? Does that say 5,000 now? Wait, Dyson sphere marks? No, I slotted the wrong thing. I don't want to do that. I clicked the wrong one. Maybe you can only do one of those. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling down. No, it's this one here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Collect rewards. Oh, this is going to bring me to 100,000 unrefined dilithium ores. Yeah, wish they would increase the daily limit from 8,000 to something a bit higher than that. There has been talk of it, apparently, on Priority 1 podcast. Anyhow, I think that's all the ones I've got now, because it said 9 and now it would say 0. Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. So that's that for that. Thanks for watching this video from the Tim of Borg Show. Please subscribe and share with your friends. And like my video on YouTube. Alright, I hope you enjoy this video. Joel and True, resistance is futile. See you later.